Oh, good morning. There's a story I've always liked about the friendship between two women in biblical times. They're from very different cultures, different countries, and even different religions. Their names are Naomi and Ruth, and Naomi was Ruth's mother-in-law. When Naomi was left destitute because of the death of her husband and sons, she could do nothing else but to try and return home alone to her native country. She told Ruth that she was free to go and to find a new husband and to make a new life for herself. But Ruth loved none of it. She refuses to leave Naomi alone in her vulnerability, and instead promises to travel with her, to keep her company and to look after her. According to the customs of the time, it would have been very acceptable for Ruth to go off and to find someone else to marry and to leave Naomi to fend for herself. And who could have blamed her if she did? But instead, she dedicates herself to remaining loyal and faithful. She said to her mother-in-law, "Wherever you go, I will go." This is a powerful promise and a powerful story, which shows the deep human instinct to put the love of others before all those other things that so often falsely divide us. Here we have a young woman who doesn't share her mother-in-law's culture nor her religion, but nevertheless commits herself to standing alongside another at her time of most need, ensuring her well-being by going wherever she goes. In other words, to being with her where she is and where she needs to be. In one sense, Ruth's love transcends the strictures of organised religion, and yet in another, in a deeper and a more palpable way, it gives real meaning and depth to what good religion is all about. And we all know the power of that kind of religion when we have felt it at play in our lives, when we have known the steadfastness of a friend, even when sometimes we're in the wrong, when we have been at a low ebb and someone has come to help us carry our burdens, when we have been so low and yet known the kindness of someone who has lifted our spirits. We know this kind of religion at the chaplaincy and at the meeting house. We've seen time and time again how students and staff reach out to one another across both the boundaries of religion, culture, nationality and sexuality, to touch each other's lives with a kind of love which passes all understanding, and yet is known and experienced fully by those who need it the most. And I want to say that I see this kind of sacrificial embracing of others at the very heart of what I believe as a Christian minister. It's very much a part of the faith story that is dear to me. Time and again, it tells of how God comes to be where we are and is willing to go where we go, so that the extent of God's love can be made known to us, honouring what is good in what we say, what we believe, but also by going beyond it, by making real its highest hopes in the smallest of ways in people's lives. I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to thank the chaplaincy team and staff and students at the meeting house and the wider university. And I wish you a happy day, a good and happy day.